Welcome back. In this video, we are actually going to start building your website. By now, you would have received your WordPress logins, so you will be ready to get started. Let's go to that page. So this is your WordPress login page. Obviously, your username goes in here and your password. You can click Remember Me, and then we are going to log in. This login will take you to your WordPress dashboard. Okay, so here you can see your dashboard. This dashboard does get a little cluttered at times. So most of these you can actually, like for example, this Welcome to WordPress, we can actually dismiss this. And then these we can just unclutter the dashboard slightly for ourselves. The next time you log in, it'll just be open. So the best is just to learn to ignore it. Okay. So basically what you can see here, this is your dashboard. And then down the side are all the different items in your dashboard. If you click home, that will take you to a home page. Currently, there's nothing there because we haven't really started yet. So you can see at the top here, it's all clear, but we're going to go down. Okay. Your posts, this is if you're doing blog posts. Your media library is here. So if you want to add media, it will be in your media library. This would be a list of your pages, which is obviously empty at the moment. Comments, appearance, you're going to use quite a bit. Let's just go into installed plugins. So plugins is quite an important part, and here you can see it'll come standard with 2 plugins. We're not going to worry too much about this now. If you'd like to add users to your account, you would do it here, and then don't worry too much about tools and settings. These are a little bit more advanced tools. So to start off, we're going to go into appearance and themes. So we're going to load the theme now. Okay, it comes standard with 2024. If you add a new theme, it will suggest a lot of themes. We've actually tried out loads of themes, and the 2 that we recommend are basically Hello by Elementor and then Astra Theme. If you are wanting to build your site completely from scratch, build your own templates and have complete control over how you build it and what you're building, then the Hello theme is probably going to be your best bet. But for this video, we are going to install Astra because this is your quick website builder with the templates. Okay, so we're going to click install. Once it's installed, we're going to click activate. Okay, now you can see it's actually loaded there, and you can go in and customize it. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with the starter templates. Okay, so you just go ahead and click the starter templates. Sometimes takes a little bit of time to load, depending on the queues. There we go. Okay, so you can use the AI website builder, and we do have a video on that. It's just the building that doesn't give you access to Elementor, and currently Elementor is one of the best page builders. So we actually ideally prefer that you use the templates because it helps with scalability. It's easier to scale a website that's been built with Elementor than with the AI website builder, because the AI website builder is built with a fairly new website builder, and there's not that much support in terms of videos, and just there's not that much available. With Elementor, there's loads of extra videos. People have created other templates and plugins to work with it. So Elementor is probably your best bet currently. The first important step is to go, before you choose one of these here, you would actually go up here and you would say build with Elementor. That will take you directly to the different templates that we have available. This also takes a few minutes to load. Okay, so it's loaded, and here you can see all the different options that you have available. I'm going to do a quick scroll down. I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. If you look at where the cursor is at the moment and how far down it goes, you can see there's quite a lot to go through. So I'm not going to scroll through all of that. If you have a look over here, you can see that some of them are listed as premium themes or templates. Okay, you can purchase this if you really, really do want to, but it's not necessary. Within your hosting package, you are getting access to Elementor Pro, and that has the capability of really doing awesome designs because you have access to all the different widgets, but that you will see in a later step. Right now, we're going to go through and see what's available. So if you want to choose a specific business, you can. So you can have a look if you want to set up an agency site, real estate site, local businesses. There's a lot of options available: personal care, salon, beauty, fitness. So let's just go into, for example, fitness and show you. You can see there's all the different fitness sites available. Um, if you want to go into, say, maybe you're an accountant, want to set up an accounting firm, um, there's those sites available. Personal sites, you can set up a portfolio and a CV. As I say, it's really a lot of options available. There's preschools. If you want to do a non-profit. For this example, I'm actually going to set up an e-commerce site because some of you will want to set up a basic business site, others will want to set up an e-commerce site. And so basically this video will serve both the purposes. Okay. I just want to mention that if you do want to set up a business site at the moment and not an e-commerce site, it is very, very easy to scale the site later on, because WooCommerce is actually a plugin that you just plug in and set up. Okay. So if you choose WooCommerce, an online shop at the moment, it will install everything for you. But if you don't want to do that right now, it's perfectly fine to choose one of the other businesses and then add the plugins as it goes along. They're quite easy to do. Okay. So if you choose a clothing store, it's not that it has to be a clothing store. So you can see, for example, they've actually put an electronics store in here. It pretty much loads the theme for you and products and everything so you can see. But you can actually choose any of these themes for your store. It doesn't have to say that because this is a clothing store, you can't use it for, say, for example, if you're selling cakes or something like that. You can actually use it for anything. So let's go ahead and choose this organic store. I think this one, I haven't tried this one yet. Okay, so to get editing this, you would first upload your logo. You can basically select and it will choose a logo from your dashboard, or you can just drag into your media library. You can just drop items in there. I'm not actually going to do that right now because there is a logo in there and that's quite a simple process. What's quite nice is that here you can choose your font theme for the entire site. So you can see there how it changes. You choose one that you actually like. You're not stuck on these fonts. You can change them as we get into the editing side, but it's quite handy to actually choose this at the beginning. That one's quite nice. And then you can go in and look at your color scheme. Okay, so let's say, for example, you want to change it to more of a red color scheme. You can see it updated everywhere. And you can choose basically which is your closest color scheme. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, that's also quite nice. Okay, and then we're going to click continue. Here are some extra features. These are basically plugins that you can install. Sales funnels, video player, live free chat. To be honest, we don't usually use any of these particular ones that get installed when we set up sites. So we tend to just skip the step. But if you'd like to give them a try, you can. Here is where you are going to type in your information. So I'm just going to type in my basic information that's there. And submit and build my website. Okay, so now you can see it's actually doing the process of installing the website for you. And here you can see as it goes along, so now Elementor was installed and it was activated. This does not install Elementor Pro, okay? In fact, you don't have to have Elementor Pro installed with this, but obviously it comes as part of your package. So if we install Elementor Pro prior to it setting up Elementor Pro, it doesn't, the starter templates don't work as well. So we do need to install it afterwards. So once you are ready for the Elementor Pro to be installed, all you have to do is simply just get in touch with us and tell us, please, can you install it for us? And we will activate the plugin and install it for you. Okay, so there we go. Your website is ready and set up. Congratulations, your website is ready and just took 1 minute and 11 seconds to build. Okay. They do encourage you to tweet this, and you're welcome to do so if you would like. Um, Another option is to register as an affiliate and get a link and then share that onto your Twitter, because then you can earn a little bit of referral commission from that. And bearing in mind that it's recurring commission on a monthly basis, if you do a referral, it actually works out quite nicely because it generates a passive income if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's go and view our website. Right, so here you can see the home page, and we are going to scroll down. Okay, as you can see, it's loaded some of the best-selling products, and it's got one on sale as well. And then it also has some categories for you, and then you can click on those, and it'll take you to that specific category. Yeah, so it actually looks pretty good. Right, but of course, if you had added your logo would be here. Okay. Um, and these are not going to be your images, and these are not going to be your words and your product. So we actually need to go and edit all of that. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go back to the dashboard. So now you can see your dashboard looks a little bit different and a little bit more busy than what it was before we installed all of this. You can see here it says WooCommerce, which was installed. It was your products, your payment gateways. There's your Elementor, and there's your upgrade button. This is what I explained we will do for you. Your templates, that we will explain also within the Elementor. But I'm going to go into the plugins to show you what has happened to your plugins. Okay, so these are some of the things that were installed when we installed the starter template. Okay. Stripe for WooCommerce, that is your payment plugin. This depends on which payment plugin you'd like to use. If you're going to be using PayPal, you'll install PayPal. If you're going to be using any other, there are various payment gateways that you can use. If you're based in South Africa, for example, then you would probably be using Yoco, PayFast, or Paystack. So yeah, just bear in mind that this comes standard, but you will need to add the others, but we will show you how to do that. Okay, as you can see, Elementor, there's starter templates, and then there is your WooCommerce as well as variation swatches for WooCommerce, which allows you, for example, if you've got a product that's got different colors or different sizes, you can actually add images of each of those. All right, so that's your plugins that are all installed. Okay, so let's go back to the site and show you how to make all those changes. All right, so if you want to go to your home page, you either click on the house or you can say visit site or visit your store. So we are going to click on there. And this would be your home page. So you are going to go to edit with Elementor. You can see you have edit page as well as edit with Elementor. The edit page takes you to the back end of the page, which is where you will do your search engine optimization and all of those things, which we will show you in a later video. So currently we're going to work with edit with Elementor. So this, you can actually click out and ignore because Elementor does want you to try and use the AI services, but it is an extra paid service, which is quite unnecessary unless you really, really want to use it. Okay, so for these purposes now, we are going to click out of that box. Okay. We're also going to close this at the moment. You can see your dashboard for Elementor runs at the top. Okay. There you'll have all your saving options. Okay, you can view the page or you can view save the entire page as a template. When you're done publishing, you click publish and then you can view the page quickly there. This is if you want to view it in mobile view, your mobile portrait, tablet portrait, and then obviously in desktop. You go to your home, you can see your different posts, home page. Okay, and this is quite an important part here. This over here is where you're going to be adding your elements. And then obviously this is if you want to go to the template side, which we're going to show you later. Okay, so let's get editing. You can see the Elementor works with containers and sections. Okay, so if you have a look here, this is your what we call the hero section, which is inside a big container, and there are two sub-containers within those containers. Okay, so let's have a look what happens if we go over here and you right click edit container. Okay, here you can see there's a whole lot of different settings on here. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to change the background. We can change the background if we want to any color. Okay. You can also make it a gradient if you want to. So let's say, for example, we make it a gradient color. Let's make it a little bit more of a blue gradient. And make it a bit darker. Okay, so you can see you can really play around with that. And then this is just an image, so you can click on the image, click in here, and then you can see quite a number of images were added when the templates were added. You can just drag or upload an image that you would like there. And then once you've chosen the image that you want, you click select and your image will be updated there. Okay, you can see here, this is an image as well. You can change. If you want to go in and change any of the elements, it's quite easy. You can see this is a heading box. So it's got one spot for heading. If you would like to put a link in it, you can. Okay. So that's the content. Then you can go to style and you can actually style the heading. So you can move the alignment of it. You can change the text color. You can change the font if you really want to. There's a whole number of different fonts you can use. We can go in and we can change the size. You can change the weight. You can also transform it into uppercase if you want to. You can make it all lowercase or capitalized. You can make it italic. There's a lot of different things. You can change the line height, the line spacing, the word spacing. Let's do the line spacing. There's so much that you can do. Okay, so that's the text box. Then you have this over here, which is an image box, which doesn't actually have an image at the moment. You can choose to put an image in there. I'm going to show you what happens if we upload an image. Let's say this image in. Let's stand out front of it. You can see there's now an image in there. You can also change the size of that image. Let's just go to content quickly. Style. Okay. So you can see this structure is the image at the top with the writing at the bottom, but you can also change this to have the writing next to the image. And then you can space the image as you want it. Content spacing. You can go in and image. You can say, okay, how big do you want the image? So that's quite a nice feature to have. I'm actually just going to remove it again. I'm going to remove it. Okay. And then obviously you have your shop now button, which you will then put your link in over here under the link, and you can change what you wanted to say. You can change the space between the icon and the wording. You can change the icon if you like. There's a whole number of different icons that you can use. If you would like to change the color of anything, you would go into style, and then you can choose your positioning in the middle, in the center, or to that side. You can change the typography inside of the shop now text. You can add a text shadow. There is so much you can do. You can really, really play around. You can change the border radius of the button. You can see there it's rounded. You can add a shadow to your button, and you can play around with where the shadow's got to be, how much it has to be blurred. There's so much you can do. And then obviously your padding, that is how much padding you want on your button. You can also change the hover section of the button. So for example, if you wanted to go red on hover, you change that. These, when it's crossed out like this, you can see it's actually using the theme colors. Okay, so if you take that back, you can actually click it to the theme color 2 if you wanted to. But this is your standard default, which will take it from the theme color. Okay. You can also do an animation on hover. So, for example, if you wanted to shrink when you hover, perhaps you wanted to grow and rotate. Okay, so there's really a lot that you can do. When you're done, you can just click publish. Okay, to save your work. Okay, so let's scroll down a little bit now and see, okay, maybe that's quite nice. This over here is quite a nice feature. This is an image, okay, and the way they got this image to hang over the blue text, because it's actually put in above, okay, is that they've actually gone, and I'm going to show you. If I make this 0, you can see they've literally just inserted an image over here, okay. So basically what you would do is click on the element and insert an image, okay. Then you go and you find that image, which is the leaf image, okay. And then you go into advanced, and no, sorry, we're not going to do them all. We're going to just do the bottom section, and we're going to put it back to -48. Okay, but now you can see that it goes underneath because it's on top of the section. So basically what happens is, because this is the second section, will scroll over it. And that is where we're talking about Z index that comes into play. So if you can see on this one, there's no Z index, but let's go to this one. And if we scroll down, you can see your Z index is 1. Okay. So if we go and we give this one 1 Z index, it will go over the page. Okay. If you click on this arrow, you can actually go and have a look at your page. So there is actually quite a lot to have to demonstrate in one video. And with Elementor, you could actually spend quite a lot of time learning all the features. There's really, really a lot that you can do. But the goal of this is actually to get your online shop started as quickly as possible. And that's what this video is going to do. So I've given you a quick look at what you can do, and you can certainly play around with all the different features. In fact, you can actually go and search YouTube. If you go into, say, Elementor, and then anything that you would like to have done, videos will come up on that, because it's such a widely used page builder that there are tons and tons of videos that can actually basically teach you everything that you would want to know about Elementor. What I'm going to do now is to leave this video with the editing at this point, because I want to actually get to the point where we show you how to load your products and do the e-commerce side of things. So I'm just going to go back in here quickly and reset this to -48, and then publish, so that everything is saved, and then I will see you in the next lesson. Okay.